Hare Krishna, okay, good, dobro. Hare Krishna. So today, because it's Lord Nityananda's appearance, we'll sing a different song. We'll sing Nadia, we'll try at least. Let's see how that goes. I have to put my text here. It's somehow the culture that if you don't know the text of the song, it's good to read the translation before, because otherwise just singing something. So, okay, I'll read the translation. It's about Lord Nityananda, obviously, and his preaching. In the land of Nadia, on the island of the magnanimous Lord Nityananda has opened up the marketplace of the holy name meant for the deliverance of all fallen souls. O people of faith, O people of faith. By the order of Lord Gauranga, O brothers, I beg these three requests of you. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. Being careful to remain free of offenses, just take the holy name of Lord Krishna. Krishna is your father, and Krishna is the treasure of your life. Giving up all sinful activities, carry on your worldly duties, only in relation to Lord Krishna. The showing of compassion to other souls by loudly chanting the holy name of Krishna is the essence of all forms of religion. Okay, so now that we found out what this means, let's try. Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Namahata Jivarakaran Patiyache Namahata Jivarakaran Shraddhavanjan hai, Shraddhavanjan hai Shraddhavanjan hai, Shraddhavanjan hai Prabhu Bragyai Bhai Magyai Bhiksha Prabhu Bragyai Bhai Magyai Bhiksha Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Shiksha Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Aparada Shunya Hoye Loya Aparada Shunya Hoye Loko Krishna Nam Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Rasamsara Koro Chadiyanachar. Krishna Rasamsara Koro Chadiyanachar Jivedoya Krishna Nam Sar Jivedoya Krishnanam Sarvadharmasar. Nadiya Godruma Nityananda Mahajan. Nadiya Godruma Nityananda Mahajan. Pati Namata Jivarakaran. Patiyacha Namata Jivarakaran. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll read something from Srimad Bhagavatam also. Where is it? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 12, birth of Emperor Parikshit, text number 28. Jigyasitatmaya tartyo Munervyasa sutadasau Hitvedam nripa gangayam Yasyati adda kutobayam Jigyasitatmaya tartyam Munervyasa sutadasau Hitvedam niripagangayam Yasyati tyada kutobayam Sitatmaya Munervyasa sutadasau Hitvedam nripagangayam kutobayam. Okay, Matajis. Yasitatmaya tartyo Yasa sutadasau Hitvedam nripagangayam Yasyatyatu kutobayam. Jigyasita, having inquired of Atmayarta Tartya, right knowledge of one's own self. Munahan, from the learned philosopher. Vyasa Sutat, the son of Vyasa. Asau, he. Hitva, quitting. Idam, this material attachment. Nripa, O king. Gangayam, on the bank of the Ganges. Yasyati, will go. Ada, directly. Akutabhayam, the life of fearlessness. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, after inquiring about proper self-knowledge from the son of Vyasadeva, who will be a great philosopher, he will renounce all material attachment and achieve a life of fearlessness. Purport. Material knowledge means ignorance of the knowledge of one's own self. Philosophy means to seek after the right knowledge of one's own self or the knowledge of self-realization. Without self-realization, philosophy is dry speculation or a waste of time and energy. Srimad Bhagavatam gives the right knowledge of one's own self, and by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one can get free from material attachment and enter into the kingdom of fearlessness. This material world is fearfulness. Its prisoners are always fearful as within a prison house. In the prison house, no one can violate the jail rules and regulations, and violating the rules means another term for extension of prison life. Similarly, we in this material existence are always fearful. This fearfulness is called anxiety. Everyone in the material life, in all species and varieties of life, is full of anxieties, either by breaking or without breaking the laws of nature. Liberation or mukti means getting relief from these constant anxieties. This is possible only when the anxiety is changed to the devotional service of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam gives us the chance to change the quality of anxiety from matter to spirit. This is done in the association of a learned philosopher, like the self-realized Shukadev Goswami, the great son of Shiva Vyasadeva. Maharaj Parikshit, after receiving warning of his death, took advantage of this opportunity by association with Shukadev Goswami and achieved the desired result. There is a sort of imitation of this reciting and hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam by professional men, and their foolish audience thinks that they will get free from the clutches of material attachment and attain the life of fearlessness. Such imitative hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam is a caricature only, and one should not be misled by such a performance of Bhagavatam Saptaha undertaken by ridiculous, greedy fellows to maintain an establishment of material enjoyment. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Praladananda Swamiti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll mention a few things. There's a few topics here. First, this Bhagavat Saptaha. I was in India. I was living in this Mayavadi ashram. That's my true nature. Now you found out. before coming in contact with Krishna consciousness. Or somehow. And they had this, they actually had this Bhagavat Saptaha. And it's exactly as Prabhupada describes it. There's no joke about it. There was these pandits, and they came and they were chanting the whole Bhagavatam in 7 days in Sanskrit. Nobody had any idea what they were talking about. They were just chanting there the whole day, and it was broadcasted through the ashram. And and in the evening, of course, they had classes, and what they were talking. I mean, I couldn't understand too much because it was in Hindi, but obviously it was about Radha Krishna pastimes. So and of course I heard the locals, they were there were some voices that what are we doing here? Why are we doing here? This. Why don't we chat? And they had these pandits, and apparently they had to give a big donation to these pandits because and they said we can chant also, no problem. So anyway, That's exactly how Srila Prabhupada is not overdoing it. That's and it's useless. That's what Prabhupada says. So what he says there is that we have to hear the Bhagavatam from Shukadev Goswami or his representatives. Then we will get some real benefit. Actually, that's applicable also if we preach the message of Bhagavatam. We should try to be, to some degrees, like Shukadev Goswami. Tough. Tough task, but anyway, we should try our best. We have to be a real example, and we should not speculate too much. Anyway, that's one idea. The main idea of this purport, Srila Prabhupada says that by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, will be fearless. And he's also, everyone is in anxiety. Everyone is fearful. Everyone is in anxiety in the material world. And nobody has any solution. Zero solutions, you know. Everyone, usually it's really funny that everyone knows the problem. Everyone knows, okay, the world is going down. But nobody has any solution. Of course, they are trying some solutions. Absolutely zero. We were at this youth organization. They deal with young people who are a bit demotivated. A bit is an understatement. For example, they had 16 years old who are in burnout. I mean, I was like, when I was young, this was not very common, you know, like, you know, this, like, to be in a burnout and depressed at 16, you know. this is like inconceivable. Now it's very common, you know. So they drop out of school, they cannot get a job, they're completely demotivated, they're completely, you know. This organization, I was talking with one lady from there who is organizing some workshops for them and this, that. They have no idea what to do. Long story short. Of course, they wouldn't admit it. I didn't want, after I realized, I should have asked her, okay, so you do all these workshops, how many of your people who become motivated after your workshops? Probably zero. How many start going back to school after? Not too many. So the point is that they have no solution. And I was trying to explain to her that we have a solution. It's all in the Vedas. It's everything is there. And I was just trying to explain to her a very simple model, which is called the 3 modes of material nature. They will say, yeah, for us, like 3 modes is tamogun. This is revolutionary. Trust me. So this, if someone understands these 3 modes of nature, he understands how to deal with these demotivated people. Completely. That's the whole solution. Is there? What does it mean that they are in depression and they are in? It means they are in tamogun. Long story short. And how do you fix it? Well, modern civilization usually fixes it by passion. You have to run. You have to become motivated. You go on this big workshop and there's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's be motivated. Are you motivated? Yeah! And then they go home 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, bam! Finish. Run a marathon, run 2 marathons, double motivated, triple motivated. No, it doesn't work. Because actually the passion is the cause of the burnout. You know, you run like an idiot for 5 hours, and then you're like, I'm tired. I wonder why. Well, it's not rocket science, you know. For them it is, of course. But so passion is part of the problem, is not the solution, is part of the problem. And psychology is doing the same, exactly the same. You're like demotivated, they try to motivate you. Just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. But that's the problem. You know, why I was mentioning, when I was young, there was no this American motivational talks. So as a result, nobody was in depression. There was no depression. There was like inconceivable, you know, like maybe there was some people, but nobody was in depression. Now this whole, let's do it, let's faster, more. But this is the cause of because passion and ignorance are very good friends. As soon as you motivate someone, passion, and like, meow, boof. So the point is that they have absolutely no solution. Psychology doesn't understand this thing, and everything they are doing, all this motivational thing is, it's useless. You know, it's just creating a bigger problem. So the solution is goodness. It's very simple. You just need to act somehow in goodness. I'm just working on a presentation on this topic, and first advice you can give to these people: clean your room. Get some fresh air in your house. You know, like you will think, "Whoa, really? What does this have to do?" Of course, it has a lot of to do, and of course, wake up early. Don't go to bed at 3 o'clock. Wake up at 3 o'clock. Of course, all these young people, they go to bed at 3 o'clock, and then it's just useless. Stop drinking and smoking. I mean, it's for Hare Krishna, it's just obvious, you know, like you associate with you drink alcohol. Of course, you're in Tamogun. What do you expect? You smoke these cigarettes, of course you're in Tamogun. You do drugs, of course you're in Tamogun. And of course you're not motivated. I mean, it's, of course, stop eating meat. Wow. This is our life, you know. So the point is, if they would do this, they would have so much energy. They will not be demotivated anymore. Like a veggie, you know. I mean, sometimes it's just so obvious. The young people do a lot of drugs, you know. Nowadays, it's very popular to smoke weed, you know. And then they are just a bunch of veggies, you know. They are like, when they smoke and also after, you know. And they wonder, why am I not motivated? Why don't I have the drive to do something? Well, I don't know, you know. So this is very simple. Just act a bit in goodness. And of course, we know the solution. There's always the danger of falling down because the material modes are always fighting for supremacy. And there's what we need is transcendence. What these people who are like completely unmotivated need is they need that we go there. We take 2 mridangas and we bang have like this banging kirtan, and after we give them some prasadam. That's actually the only thing that would help them. I'm completely serious. So this is the only solution, and that's of course the question: are they willing to accept it? No, of course not. Most of them, they are not. Still, I'm very inspired to try to find to make this workshop and present it to this different organization. Let's see how this works. Srila Prabhupada had this formula. He said, okay. He came when there was a lot of hippies, disaster. complete disaster. And I think in Detroit, he asked support from the government. He said, look, we'll give you give us a building and some people to arrange the building, and we come, we have our program, we chant, we give them prasadam, and we'll solve your problem. There will be no more drug addicts. Finish. Because the government, they have no idea what to do. Drugs, okay, stop them, don't stop them. So Srila Prabhupada had this idea, and of course the government said no, no, don't need. We have our experts. What did they do? And this was what actually Srila Prabhupada did. In early New York, San Francisco, this probably a bit after also. The police when they saw someone with completely, and they were doing like these heavy drugs, LSD and all sorts of crazy drugs, And when they didn't know what to do with people, they would just and throw them in the temple. The police would bring them to the Hare Krishna temple. And Srila Prabhupada had a simple program. Chanting, prasadam, and he had class. He had also philosophy. He didn't just have chanting and prasadam. And it's funny, this lady told me that if you would try to speak something, then half of them will fall asleep. And I was like, more or less jokingly, I was suggesting to her that, if you understand something, it's already a benefit. And actually, this was Prabhupada's solution. And Prabhupada's approach. They had kirtan. Prabhupada had kirtan, 1 hour, and then all these hippies like, transcendental music and so on. And as soon as the kirtan finished and Prabhupada would start speaking, at least half of them would go. They would just disappear, And then and then when he or will go. And Prabhupada wouldn't care, His Holiness Praladananda Maharaj explains, they had at some point this Prabhupada had this public program, and Prabhupada chose to speak about God. And God was not a very good word to use at that point. Probably now it's also the same. So he just talked about God. And Prabhupada was speaking, and people were starting to go. One, okay, God, we don't care, we don't want God. And Maharaj explains that what Prabhupada did, he continued. Maharaj was expecting, okay, maybe he would change the subject. No. Prabhupada would just continue. Okay, this is my subject. And if one person stays and he understands something, good. Jai. There's this public program. They had they rented this big hall, and they spent quite some money. And 5 people came or something like that. And Prabhupada had a kirtan. He had just normal program. And there was one person who came from that program, and this was Tamal Krishna Maharaj. So it's a good program. Prabhupada, they were telling Prabhupada, sorry Prabhupada, we messed up kind of. No problem, it's okay. So one good program, one person came. No problem, enough. Anyway, so the point is that this program will solve all the world problems. That's Srimad Bhagavatam chanting, like Lord Nityananda had a simple program. Just go to people, you just chant Hare Krishna. That's it. Chanting, prasadam, and class. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. That's it. And this would solve all the problems. They were asking, anyway, 2 days ago was Ramanujacharya Parents' Day, and he solemnly gave a class in Delhi on that. And he said a lot of things, not many things about Ramanujacharya, because he usually doesn't speak, say pastimes, because you need a certain qualification to hear pastimes. So he mentioned just one pastime from Ramanujacharya. It's commonly pastime. His guru came to him and he said, I'll give you this mantra. It's a secret mantra. If anyone who chants this mantra will be liberated. I give it to you. Don't tell anyone. If you tell anyone, you'll go to hell. So Ramanujacharya said, okay, nice mantra. What did he do? He went to the market. He went on the roof somewhere and said, hey, come on, everyone, come here, everyone. So he said, we have a secret mantra. This will bring you to liberation. Just please chant this mantra. So he told them this mantra and he was gone. And then he meets his guru. He said, his guru was, hey, what are you doing? I told you that this mantra is a secret one. Yes, but you told me that, if people chant this mantra, they will become liberated. Yes, but because of that, you will go to hell. And Ramanujacharya said, yeah, no problem. I'm willing to go to hell if I can liberate all these people. So this is the mood of a preacher. Of course, we shouldn't imitate Ramanujacharya. We should imitate Vasudev Datta or these great devotees. But a little we should take from that we should be willing to do some austerities to liberate some people. Maybe for us it will not go to hell but little austerities. It's good to take some austerities. Lord Varaha, why did he come? To bring some relief to the people. The earth was falling in the ocean, so same thing. No, okay. This compassion, this thinking. What can we do for them? Panchatattva ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki. Lord Nityananda is known as the original Sankirtan devotee. This is what this song is about. He would, on the order of Lord Chaitanya, he would just go out and preach. He had a good Sankirtan partner. It's always good to have a good Sankirtan partner. Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was sometimes complaining about Lord Nityananda because Lord Nityananda was a bit eccentric. So they would always get in trouble, like we know the classic Lila with Jagai and Madai. They got in trouble many times before. That's a side dish. I will not go on that. But and this is an amazing practice, just going out to people, because you learn to depend on Krishna. And more important than that, yesterday I was in Zagorje, Terbolje, not very nice areas. No, never sunny, anyway. And people are not very friendly. And then I realized why Sankirtan is so amazing. Because if you don't do it, you can get a bit proud. You can become, look who I am. I am this, I'm that, I'm important, But if you go for Sankirtan, instantly you'll meet some people who'll be like, get lost. Or you have these uncultured people who are like, you go, hello, the marsh. Okay. And after a few people like that, you become a bit humble. So then I realized it's good. It's amazing, because sometimes I think, okay, what's the results of Sankirtan? Like today I'm here in this place and I don't distribute so many books. And then I realized, whoa, this is amazing because it helps me become humble. All these people who are like, it's good for me. And if I deal with these people the whole day, then I start becoming a bit tolerant. That's the first thing you learn in Bhagavad Gita. You are not the body, and the practical consequence of being not the body is next verse. You are becoming tolerant. So Sankirtan is instantly putting you in this situation. You have to become tolerant. There's no choice. Fast track. In the temple, you don't need to be so tolerant. Of course you do. Because devotees are usually trying to be nice. And everyone will be nice to you. Oh, what a nice service, what a nice... Of course, there is always going to be a problem. But if you go out, people are not nice. Of course, in Slovenia, they are a lot nicer than in other places. But still, they don't have to be nice. And that's one of the duties. This is the traditional duty of a brahmachari. You go and beg for your spiritual master. Why? To become humble. You do this. It's even kings. These great kings. I don't remember about which king is, but usually that's kings. After some time they retire, and they become beggars. And this is you can say from material perspective, you can say it's very humiliating. Like you go to your opponent and you go there and you beg something in a very humble state of mind. I come here. Can you give me something to eat? Very humbling. So if you're in the material concept, it's very hard to do. So it's good practice, and all the kings actually do it because after some time they retire, and they're like, okay, you're a traveling beggar. So yeah, this is important. So of course, in modern times, Srila Prabhupada said begging is not very acceptable. So we do the same thing. We distribute books, which is, we are beggars. We are begging them, like Lord Nityananda is begging people, please chant Hare Krishna book. Please give a donation, please. And then you have to be humble, very important. Okay, I'll just to mention that people don't think, okay, of course, all preaching projects are good, and to some degrees they teach you how to be humble, but we're glorifying Sankirtan because it's a very difficult service to do sometimes. And that's why many devotees don't want to do it, because what is difficult, it's difficult to be humble. Why? Because we want to keep our false ego. That's why we come to the material world. And if you go in Sankirtan, your false ego will be like every day. There will be like cleaning. So it's very good to do. And interestingly enough, Lord Nityananda went out preaching, and you would think, okay, this is Lord Nityananda, and Haridas Thakur, they go out preaching. So everyone will just put a red carpet and they will be like, welcome. No. It said it wasn't the case. Some people would welcome them, and some people will be like very critical with them. Scream, hey, why do you come? You come here to steal, actually. We're not real sadhus. What's this, Lord Nityananda. Who is, Balaram is God. So he had this, But he did it anyway, just to teach us how to... So this is an amazing practice. This is an amazing formula. And Srila Prabhupada was also teaching us how to do this. And he introduced this because one of the key ingredients for a devotee is compassion. If you don't have compassion, as I said last time, if you don't have compassion for the other fallen souls, you cannot become a Madhyamadikari. It's impossible. Without preaching, you cannot become Madhyamadikari. And what does this compassion means? That you're just rotting here in the material world, and the only solution to get out of this material world is to chant Hare Krishna and follow the process as given by Lord Nityananda, by our acharyas, and eventually by Srila Prabhupada. We should Maharaj was also asked about reading the teachings of other acharyas, and he said one thing which, I mean, might be maybe controversial. Sometimes devotees read the teachings of other acharyas to find out if there's another option, because they don't like what Prabhupada is saying. So maybe Baladev Vidyabhushan is saying something else. Oh, Baladev Vidyabhushan is not talking about Sankirtan. Okay, I'm saved. I don't have to do it. In Prabhupada's books, it's in your face. No, I'm just giving a Sankirtan. So sometimes the devotees also do that, you know, like they try to get some methods which the other acharyas were using, without seeing what was the method recommended for by Srila Prabhupada, who is the representative of this acharya, who knew exactly how to apply the teachings of the acharyas in this time, in the US full of hippies, in the current time, not in India, not in other places. So the point is that there's Srila Prabhupada gave us this formula, and he put we are a preaching movement, and we should develop this this spirit. Also, if you go out and meet people, you're amazed how horrible the situation is. Really, I mean, you're like, what, you know? And then we should be young. These young people, it's a disaster, you know. They cannot. You try to give them a book, and they are like, I only TikTok, you know. And this TikTok and Instagram, you can on Instagram you cannot even have videos more than 1.5 minutes, and that's their attention span. It's a disaster. It's a complete disaster, you know. They just can scroll, you know. They if you talk, they're like, oh. So the only people who can do something about it, who have some solutions, is the Hare Krishna movement. So this is the desire of Lord Nityananda, to go out and give them some solutions, because nobody else has them. Yeah, okay, we'll stop here. If there's some questions, comments. Okay, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nityananda Trayodashi ki. Actually, it's probably not Nityananda Trayodashi. His Holiness Ramatirtha Prabhu, founder Acharya of the Gita reading group. Ki jai.
sem to pozabil. A se ti spomniš?
You don't have compassion.
Compare.
For the other fallen souls,
Ja.
you can't.
Niste pa prav, to pa nekaj mišli, da nisem jo Utama je tudi se tika, mislim, da je nikaj nišli. Compassion to all other living beings. Ne, če si ti contentum, ne mislim. To je krilo posedalnik, in takrat, ko sem videl Vlasta po Aziji, sem bil v Indiji. Ja, utopisno, ker snimate, ko so lahko potovali, vloge. In so se lepale, so se na vlaku imajo ena miška se in to in so jo snimali. Tukaj pa še ni nasreča, te so zelo inteligentni. Ne bojo zapustile telo v templu, da bojo počistile se, da grejo. Moram biti, nagrad moram biti ob 9, sem moram. A imaš še ladro? Čak, danes je, kako je danes pa se in danes je normalno, več nekaj no, kako je pa uradno? Aj, danes se prekinja, 10 ne prekinjstvo je, danes je 10:36. Jaz sem bolj včeraj sem jedel enkrat jem vzem, da je malo tako preleren. Pa danes bom enkrat jedel, polka bom. Danes sem pozno, sem daj danes. Daj danes. Pa samo celo se češ malo. Kaj bi ti mogel, kaj bi pa ti kjer mogel? Kako se ti nimaš le za lekcijo, kjer tako? Zdaj pa groško govori. A kaj veš, kaj mi ne? Dobro. Ok, ni, ok, ja. Ne, on ponovadi vodi, ne, si kaj kuka za nekaj. Sam pomočnik, ne? Samo pršel, nisem videl sploh. Ja, sej prav, to, jaz sem mislil, da pomočnik rabil, a ni bilo tako na začetku?
Na začetku je bil sam Hare Krišna, on je pomočnik.
Tako je naredil.
Drugače pa, mi smo imeli včasih še tudi požarje, so bili kot skoraj vse.
A pa to je bolj ni taj, ne? Hare Krišna ne bi. Ljubljano. Bo. Sadu. Ki, ja, pa ja, itak. Da ni srečala so se zjutraj in pol gardno, sem rekel, danes harmonika za Nitenando. Ne, ker harmonika odpira srce, ko prebija umrsko. Dela svoj meh dela svoje. Skita. Smačena? Što to mi pa dal čarade tila, ki je tam ne može. Ne vem, iz nek Narsimha, mislim. Ja, točno. Neka Narsimha zadeva. Ali pa on bi tudi mogel, da veš, kaj je bil, če ima prav Narsimha, da je Ljubljani 2 leti nazaj. A ja, vem, ki je. Znam ga mislim, ja, on je tudi majster. On bi mogel točno tudi CD posneti, sem rekel, s tem molitvami, ko ima ful šarki glas, no, točno, zdaj sem se spomnil. Ima ful znanje.
Kaj nam je vreme?
Rivo, a?
Kaj nam je vreme?
V nedeljo misliš, veš?
Ja, nedelja.
Ja, super, redo bo. Pa zdaj, da je kar padlo, je kar 1 meter je upila vodeja.
Že 1 meter je? Prav, pol meter da nas padlo.
Zdaj je bilo pol metra noga, si minimalno.
Ja, tako rečemo, je bilo pa enega tedna pol metra.
Pa zelo nevarno za plazove. Zelo nevarno za plazove.
Ja, če greš pa, tam greš pa nič. Tam, kjer je tudi tam, pa tudi nič. Tudi položene tam večinoma.
Ja, okrog progi ni neki, da te gr, a veš, da čez ski godu so, pa da te na progo zasol, pa ne.
Sam zato.
Pa mogoče, če žagar v grabu, pa sem bomo. Kaj? Dol spodaj, da verjamete, da bomo, da je žagar v grabu do konca odprt. Ne vem, če je po moje dol spodaj, po moje ni bilo.
A sigurno se zreflektirali.
A?
Sigurno se zreflektirali.
Da imaš pa, da sem dol je padal sneg, dol ni. Dol v dolini je...
Ne vem, koliko so.
Je 0. Dol v dolini je 0, po moje.
Mislim, 0 je zakaj.
Ne, 0 centimetrov. A si bil že kaj na snežni belini? Ti si sam bord, ali imaš tudi smučke? Znam tudi smučati drugače. A pa jih imaš doma, ali imaš sam bord? Sposoben si, ja, od spodra. Ne, Tarvin. Če me prime, ja. Če me prime, si sposoben. Kjere znamke ima? Fišerce ima. Se smučati je meni trgaš dobro. Jaz sem bil Bigfootke. Bigfootke. Jaz sem res svoboden, veš, ko lopam. Ja, Bigfootke so dobro. Samo mora biti celc, mislim, mora biti tuno, ne ledenka, tako je. Ja. To je freelander. Drugače sem pa preveč, a veš, bord je sploh zaprt, sem mora imeti ful tako gibanje. Jaz pač plešem, posod plešem. Se vidimo, ne? Ja. Čak, pol petih je danes, ne? Pol petih je. Pa še Don Bosko praznuje, danes imamo ful. Kdo praznuje? Moj prvi šikša. Giovanni Don Bosko, Salesijanci, Janez Bosko. Uti moram poslati, sam, ker nima tako mobiti tako njegove, ko bomo rekli, navodila tako, šikša. On je bil še en. Kaj Frančišek Kasiški, novodobni. Vse, kar vam pomaga, je vdobno. Ja, se moj kriterij je tisti, ki ima živ odnos z Bogom, ni važen, kje je. To je to. Čeprav Mišo me malo vsake toliko časa.
Kaj?
Me bockaš, ne? ker nisem Varaha del. Ti se bo moja napaka, za Varaha nisem del, že svoje ne poznam. Ampak jaz prvo ga nikoli ne pozabiš, ko jaz pač tako imam. Celo Trump se je ustrašil, si videl?
Kaj?
Trump se je tako ustrašil ljudi, da je celo Melanie poslal. Ona je rekla, da lahko ne protestirajo, ampak mirno. A veš, kaj je eksaliralo? Ko so tam v Minnesoti, ko so dva ubili, ne v Minnesoti. Si videl te posnetke, mislim, kako so. On je sam s kamero, res je imel pištolo tle. Pa so ga na tla vrne, so mu pištolo vzeli in ko so mu že pištolo vzeli, pol, ker on še nekaj
postrelil.
Ko je še, mislim, to je kavbojci, kako uno, kar.
Mislim, da razumem, kaj sprednji govoril.
Da je Trump se je ustrašil ljudi. Ja, da se je Trump ljudi ustrašil. Kjer so začeli protestirati, ne, Ameriki so ful začeli, ne, pa je rekel, da bo zamenil na glavnega operaterja, kak je bil glavni firme?
Žensko.
En moški, mislim, da on sam tukaj bil v Minnesoti, veš, ker so bile več hierarhije. Una ženska mislim, da je še ostala, tudi ona bo šla, ne se ti, ampak tam v Minnesoti.
Kaj je rekel, s čim sem naredil, kaj je rekel, da vse dela dobro delo.
Ja.
Se ga vprašal, če jo bo odpustil, ne.
Ja, pa še za una bo še meni, ampak
Kak je šefina z tega, za zvezdne te?
Ko pošiljajo te imigrante nazaj. Melanie se je oglasila tam, žena, to je zelo lepo. Ona je video posnela, ki je rekla.
Ja.
Protestirati, ampak mirno. To pomeni, da je bilo, ravno je luft, ona se sploh noče način. To pomeni, da je bilo kriza, da so se ustrašili. So ženske naredili. Ja, da so ženske naredili. Tako da, moram iti več nekaj, tako da, ne, si videl, ker oni niso da jo. Ne, gre na konferenco. Pa, Ole je dol pozabil, spet kapo.
Tako, da so mene napisali. Da se ustrašil, da je bilo preveč, kako?
Pa da sem to malo presenil ustrašil. Ja, on je bil tako bog, ne. Veš, ker je rekel, samo moja morala, jaz nimam nobenega nad sabo. Sem pa videl, ko so ljudje začeli, pa med sami republikanci so mu bili proti, veš.
Kaj sam?
Sami te, njegovi, so začeli, da to kaj del, mislim, to pa ni več. Tako da on je tudi klutka, vidim, tako. Sam ga mora imeti skozi na čas malo ide. A veš, malo ide. Ne vem, on je mi zanimiv, nisem ga še, mislim, on je vmes.
Jaz sem gledal to, pa nisem razumel. Nekaj sem gledal, pa nisem, ampak mene nisem videl, ne.
Ja, mislim, to je mač moj zaključek, tako, ko sem videl. Jaz to sam na vsake 3 dni malo, če sem videl, ne.
Zato je pa ono napisal, da se pogovarjala.
Ja, pa ne, so se ful pogovarjali.
So se pogovarjala z ono šefina, ne.
Ja, ne, pa temi, ker v tam v Minnesoti so demokrati guvernerji, župan.
Ja, zato je pa posoke.
Ja, ampak je pa se z njimi pogovarjal.
Pošilja te samo kaj, ko so demokrati.
Ampak je bilo preveč ogen, so boji se šli korak nazaj, so se začeli med sabo pogovarjati. To je Krišna hotel. Ta guverner, župan, demokrat, pa Trump so se usedla in so oba rekla, da so bili dobri. Ker so videli, da bo lahko državljanska vojna, mislim, tako, da bo...
Jaz se celo to pride, ja.
Ja, veš, ker se ni zaigral, mislim, ne moreš si kar ubijati ljudi tako, no, veš, ker so zdaj kamere, oni so rekli, da se oni delajo kao napadu, pa video posnetek.
Da smeš ljudem nagati.
Ja.
Tako evidentno ne
Ja.
smeš nagati.
Zdaj ne bo teh
To sproš tak
Ja,
malo gorčenja. Najprej malo gorčenja.
To je samo požar, to bo samo požar bo šel, ja, tako. In pa sem videl, da je zdaj vrag šalo vzel. Ker oni tudi testirajo, koliko lahko grejo, vidim. To je isto kot COVID, koliko lahko te migranti, koliko lahko. To vidim, vse poskusni zajčki smo skozi.
Zdaj lahko mirno protestirajo, ti pa lahko...
Ja. Kje je pravica? podcast mikrofon, kaj je po mojem. Tam je prazno. Ja, tam je podcast, kako si dugo. A da bo malo?
Ja, to sem pa vsem baš prijetno, da nisem
Vmes pa vmes. Ne, se še uporabljam.
Večko sem pa pustil taj, pa bo me zdravil, če bi kdo rad.
A je nekaj se tjada, ovdje, tam naprej. Jaz bom daj rabo to, ne. Kako je že Čaganat prebu, ne? Sem si sprav zapomnil.
Veš kaj, nisem 3 dni nekaj gledal, znaš, veš kaj, ne vem.
Vse v redu. Je, ne? Duhovno ime.
A?
Čaganat. Robič.
Komu?
Tvoje duhovno, jaz vedno pozavam, kako se tako malo vidno.
Ja.
Daj mi povej, no.
Kak se je tvoje?
Čaj, Mirko ni Mirko tatva, to sem... Od Aranda Marko nam je dal dikša. Čaj, da mali slavi pa nam pa...
Hare Krišna, odprta vrata so.
Ja, ne vem, meni jih je pustil.
Nisi ti. Bom pa zaprl.
te Evrope, ne, da so bile planirane strani
Amerika.
Trumpa. Ja, Amerike, ja, to je pa bil.
Kaj bo planiran, da bo tam kaj, žalitve, ne?
Vse te žalitve, ki so jih iz Evrope naredili, vse to je bilo planirano, to ni bilo tako.
Ja, ker in Kitajska, in Rusija, in Amerika hoče Evropo razbobnati.
Ja, sej 500 milijonov nas je.
Ja, ampak je zdaj pa Evropa podpisala brezstarinski sporazum, da so dali zgled. Indija pa Evropa, Evropska unija. Nisi zasledil?
Ja, takrat, ne, nekaj sem slišal.
To si poglej, ti bom poslal na mail.
Sem prebral, pa sem pozabil že.
A veš, da so dali alternativo, da je možno sodelovati?
To je najboljš, ne?
Ja, vse si to pravimo. Evropa in Indija moramo biti.
Ja, Trumpu so sila, pa to, razumeš?
Ja, da se moramo pozvati. Amerika
dolar pada k...
Pač nove zaveznike moramo iskati, ne? Da svet se spreminja.
Ja, če pa ta ponoril, ne?
Ja. Pa ženo ima Slovenka, lahko bi ga ona...
Če hotel napast državo, ki je članica NATO, ne? On kot glavni predstavnik NATO je hotel napast članico NATO, Grenlandijo, ne? Dansko, ne? Ki je bil soustanoviteljica NATO.
Bolj vidiš, s kakšnim norcem imaš upravka, ne?
Ja, ne, pa to ni samo on, to mogo biti še kaj drugega, res koliko ste rekli.
Ja, pač Izraelci so v zadnji, ne? Izrael.
Ja, Izrael, ja.
Tam je ameriški...
Vse te, Izrael pa Rusija.